What up guys, Sleepless MTG back with another video. Today we're playing another insane aggressive aggro deck. I know it's a lot of aggro, but it's the best thing to play in a new format. While everybody's trying things out, hit them fast and hit them hard and climb that ladder. Alright, let's talk about this deck, but before we do, if you could hit that like button for me, I'd really appreciate it. It pushes these videos out to more people and it helps me out a lot. Alright, so we're playing with new cards. We got Felonious Rage, Frantic Scapegoat, and Fugitive Codebreaker. I know Fugitive Codebreaker and Frantic Scapegoat were in the last deck, but they're really that good. I'm telling you, these cards are pretty busted. The Frantic Scapegoat can give your other threats menace, and Fugitive Codebreaker is just a very efficient card on its own. And if you can flip it, it's even better. So you know a little bit about those cards. Let's talk about Felonious Rage. A 1-mana instant spell that'll give your creature +2/+0 and haste. Haste being the important part. So this deck is centered around Picnic Ruiner. Not a new idea, but the problem with Picnic Ruiner is it has to sit there for a turn before you can attack with it. Now we can give it haste and double strike for 1 mana. This card really makes this deck overall a lot more powerful. Between that, Codebreaker, and the Frantic Scapegoat, it's just a much more consistent, well-rounded deck, but it's still capable of explosive kills, as you'll see in these games. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it. Alright, we get a really solid hand. We get the turn 1 Kamano, then we can go Frantic Scapegoat or Picnic Ruiner. Opponent's going to start with a Skrelv and a Plaza of Heroes, so maybe some kind of Legends deck. Here comes Thalia. That kind of screws up our plans. So I think we're just going to go Picnic Ruiner here. Let it come down as a 3/3, much easier to buff up, especially with Thalia on the field, taxing all of our instants and sorceries. Alright, pass back to our opponent. He gets down to Adeline. We're a rough spot for sure. Alright, we draw the Questing Druid. We get to flip Kamano. Play our land here. So let's just Ancestral Anger, our Picnic Ruiner. Turn on its double strike. See what we draw. We hit an Ancestral Anger. So it's a pretty safe attack here. We're at 17, they're at 19. We might just take it. Down to 11. And now we can play the Frantic Scapegoat. Possibly switch its minutes to something else, or just establish a board presence. More in the third pass. Kills our Kamano. It's unfortunate. And now they have a 1/1 Death Touch. Alright. Imagine they're on attack here. Yeah, here comes Adeline, and we take 7 down to 9. Another Picnic Ruiner. So I think the best play is the Ancestral Anger on Ruiner. They're tapped out. Hopefully we hit an untapped land. There we go, rewarded. We can play that. Now we can play Monstrous Rage on it. And that's a pretty big guy. 8/4 trample double strike. Opponent's in some trouble out of nowhere. Yeah, opponent's thinking, he's realizing this isn't good. 16 damage if he doesn't do anything. Alright, he's gonna block with everything. We can kill all that with the first strike and carry some over. Down to 10. Here comes 8. He's down to 2. Alright, what you got, opponent? That's it. Alright, another really solid hand here. We get the turn 1 Kamano. Thran Portal is going to cost some life. Hopefully that doesn't bite us in the ass later. Wait for Arena to catch up, and we'll open up with this Kamano. Any second now. There we go. Let's see what our opponent's playing. Ginger Brute, interesting. Alright, Monstrous Rage, not bad. Yeah, so we can play Thran Portal, and we can get down the Swift Spear and a pretty decent attack, but let's get down the Fugitive Codebreaker. Hopefully we'll draw a land next turn and it'll be even bigger. Let's play mono blue artifacts, it seems like. It's a little weird. I haven't seen this one on the ladder yet. Alright, he's getting in for 1. He's doing something. Ninjutsu. Okay. Mono blue ninjas. Just to create a treasure. Not bad. Plays a second Ginger Brute. We get the top of our stand. That's pretty good. Like to flip our Kamano. So we play our Swiss Spear. We're going with the Audacity. Tony gets in again here. Another ninjutsu. Alright, he's going to create some treasure tokens. Replays Ginger Brute. Not bad synergy right there. Alright, we got Ancestral Anger. What about another land here? We get it. We play the Copperline Gorge. That's a pretty huge attack. What do you got, opponent? Machine over matter. That's okay because we can Monstrous Rage the Swiss Spear. And we still have Tyvar stand in case he has an answer for that. Now it's going to come back to our hand. We do get to draw a card off of this. There goes the second machine over matter. And we got the protection. Alright. No way you can get out of this now. What you got, opponent? Yep. There we go. Good game. Alright. Pretty good hand. 3 lands is a little bit more than we want, but we got the Picnic Ruiner and the Swiss Spear. Ancestral Anger to draw us a card. So not too terrible. Start off on this Kamano as usual. Pass to our opponent, tap land. We like to see that. Alright, let's get down this Picnic Ruiner, make it a 3-3. Probably should have played that Thran Portal. Because now it's going to come into play tap, so yeah. We get to flip our Kamano. We got the Swiss Spear. We got the Anger. We got the Rage. Alright, let's go attacking. After we buff up our Picnic Ruiner. We kind of forced to block that pretty much. But he still won't take a lot of damage. Let's see what's going on. Alright. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Ooh. Yep, good game. Alright, pretty solid hand. No turn 1 Kamano, but that's okay. We can start off with the Goat. And get the next thing we play Menace. Whether that be Fugitive Codebreaker or Picnic Ruiner. Opponent's just playing some tap lands. Good news for us. We'll get down this Codebreaker. And give it Menace. Get in for 3 here. Starting off pretty strong. Opponent's going to play Dinnick. So we can play the Swiss Spear. But then we don't have a way to kill the Dinnick if he decides to block, which he most likely will. So we could just attack with the Codebreaker and get in for like one big attack. Especially if we put Monstrous Rage on it and play Ancestral Anger. See if we hit a land. Hit Tyvar stand. I think we just get in for 4 here. Yeah. Alright, down to 12. Opponent's going to play a Raffine. Alright. Alright, he could gain some good life here if he discards a non-land spell. Goes back to 15. We're still not hitting that land. Alright, so best bet I think is to attack. And if he blocks with the Raffine, we'll kill it. Otherwise, it's just a free point of damage. He does decide to block. So we're going to go with Monstrous Rage here. Alright, we get in for 3 and kill his Raffine. He can't boost up his Dinnick anymore. That's pretty good. He's going to play the Schooner. A straight, no extra blockers. He's going to attack, go back to 15. Draw a land, we do. Let's go. Alright, we can do a whole lot of damage. Play the Swiss Spear. Just trying to figure out what the most amount of damage we can do right here. I don't think it's enough to kill him, so we'll just hold it back in case he has a cut down, something like that. It doesn't seem like he does. Could have got in for 2 more points of damage, took him down to 4. But like I said, it doesn't speed up the clock, so let's hold the Tyvar stand. attacks with Denic. Passes back to us. Another Codebreaker. That's pretty decent. We can play the Codebreaker, just swing, hold up Tyvar for protection. That's not bad at all. Alright, swing out. That's 9 points of damage right there. Or excuse me, 7. I can't math. Alright, he's gonna play the Tiebinder. That's fine. Doesn't affect anything. Still technically only has 2 blockers because he has to crew the schooner. Oh, Shieldred. I don't think that's gonna save him though. We have too many creatures on the board. So we get in with Denic. We'll just take it. We have no blockers. He's gonna go back to 5. Alright, Ancestral Anger. That's pretty good. And we gotta pick this carefully. So we already have Trample on the Goat. Codebreaker has Menace. He's harder to block, so let's buff him up. More likely to block him. Get in with the other creatures. We need a land. Untapped land would have been nice. Questing Druid. See if we hit an untapped land. We do, we get Boseiju, which lets us hold up top of our stand. But we don't need to hold it up. We'll just go ahead and play it and see how much damage we can get in. I think this is enough to make our opponent scoop. Alright, solid hand here. Turn 1 Kamano. It's always good to see. We can make our Fugitive Codebreaker a 3/2 Haste Prowess. Pretty good. We got Tyvar Stand, Ancestral Anger, and the Questing Druid. So let's open up this Kamano. That's almost always, 99% of the time, the best first play you can have. Alright, we got Codebreaker, 3/2. Take him down to 16. I think opponent's going to get down Amelia here, if I remember correctly. Yep. Alright, we draw a 3rd land. Flip our Kamano. We have a lot of options here, but what I believe we're going to do is play Questing Druid. And then give it haste with Felonious Rage. Saves our Codebreaker from dying to a block. We're fine with trading Questing Druid or Etchings of Kamano if they want to do that. And they do. We get a 2/2 since Questing Druid died. Alright, we already got the opponent down to 10. They're definitely in trouble here. 3rd land for them. Alright, the new card doubles all your ETBs if they're under 3 converted mana cost. I can't remember the name of it right now, but we're going to buff up Fugitive. Play the Frantic Scapegoat, and we got Tyvar Stand. I actually have lethal here if I play Tyvar Stand on anything but the Etchings. For whatever reason, I wanted to save him. Alright, pass back to our opponent at 1. I'm not sure how he gets out of this. He needs a board wipe. Alright, Voice of the Blessed doesn't do it. Decavern Bats doesn't do it. And we get the Anger. It should be a good game. Alright guys, what did you think of those games? Let me know down in the comments. This deck is pretty sick. I think it's a little bit more consistent than the aggro deck that I posted yesterday, but still explosive enough to compete. Got a pretty solid record with this. What can I say though? I really love Frantic Scapegoat, and Felonious Rage, give me something to haste, is pretty sweet. They really round out this deck and I believe make it more consistent and therefore overall more powerful. Not a huge fan of the mana base. The Thran Portals, they really suck. Maybe there's a way we can adjust that so it's a little less painful, but overall if you got these cards, give it a try. Fugitive Codebreaker and Frantic Scapegoat are definitely going to see play going forward. Well, that's all I got for you today. Like, comment, and subscribe.